gonna go with these three, or y'all want? Okay.
Uh, Sheila.
Starting in 20 seconds, y'all. We got three topics. I'm gonna try to make them all three of them 15 minutes apiece. It depends on how good we get in the conversation, but for right now they're gonna be 15 minutes apiece.
Brett, what up? What up? What up?
Yo,
What's up, y'all?
Yo, yo, yo! Welcome to the show.
ABC.
Welcome to the show. This is another episode of Before You Go to Sleep podcast. Of course, you got your boy, your host, your moderator, Chef Dave. Let me introduce my guys.
Hold
We
on.
got 50.
I ain't supposed to be here.
We got 7.
Just a number.
Say what up, Sam. We got Steph. Steph, our surprise guest, our guest co-host for today. Steph, what up, Steph?
I'm NBA
Yes,
champion.
sir.
Kid. I'm Kid. NBA champion.
And then we got Rack. You know, of course, you got the
What up, bro?
guys here. Yep. Today we got 3 real good questions. I'll give you the rundown right fast. How can we make prison really a prison? Like cutting out all the games, stopping all the contraband coming in for real. All this stuff you seen on YouTube with big TVs and they in there wearing Jordans. How do we really make prison a prison to where it's fearful and it's a place that you don't want to go back to, and also changes your mind and helps you get ready for the outside? The second question: how do you feel about poly relationships? Whether it's a man with 2 women, a woman with 2 men, or a man and a woman, or however you want to mix that combination up. We're gonna dig real deep into that one. How do you feel about poly relationships? And then the last question will be: should a marriage license have a renewal date, 3 to 5 years? How do you feel about that? Should we be renewing should it be an option to stay married and not stay married? Think about that. Okay, guys, we're gonna open up for today. We're gonna open up the floor today with how can we really make prison a prison? Like I said, all the
Like
contraband. I'm talking about like really cutting it.
a rehabilitation center, like a real rehabilitation.
How can we make prison a good rehabilitation center? How can we really make it a prison? Like taking out all the guns, like really make it to where you in there either studying to get some kind of degree. You ain't in there running no game. You ain't no what they call them, floor boss or pod boss or nothing like that. Because we got a lot of that still going on in there. So it's almost like the inside is like the outside, but you just inside. So we're gonna start with you, Rack. How you feel we can make prison really a prison and really a rehabilitation center?
Well, like, I don't know. We gotta. Well, first things first, we gotta force them to get some education. And then we give them options to give them trade options to get them working in the craft. Find a way that they can get their hands on and stuff. So
So how do you
when
how
they
do
finish,
you how do you force something on somebody that's how do you force something on someone that's already locked in, or are we implementing new rules, or is it bringing down some days on your sentencing? How do you force something to someone who's already been in a cell?
I don't know. I think that's what they do now, but
Right. Yeah.
and to some people credit, some people do come home and get busy. You know, some people
Yeah, but
do.
tell me solutions. What solutions you got? We know the problems. Let's hear the solutions.
Like I say, it could be mandated. Like what really need to get what we got to do away with in prison or in some jails. It's gang culture took over it, and like I can't even tell you the names of the new gangs that's in like the St. Louis jails, but like now that I don't have a solution for. I don't know how would you. I don't know if you separate them, but then you have to build new jail. They closing jails down. Like,
What you got, 50? What you think? Give me some solutions. How do we How do we make prison really prison? How do we really rehab a criminal and become a better civilian?
Well, I like what he said about mandating things, like making people get an education. Like he said, they making them do things that they don't want to do already. So
Yeah, but if you're okay, let me ask
hold
you
on,
this: if you're already been forced to, you're already going to prison. There are a lot of stuff taken away. So how do you force someone to do something when they're already being in a cage already? Like, does it knock days off? Like, what? If I'm in my cell for 25 years and you want to come in, like, what? Like, why? What benefits do I get from you and from forcing me to go get this education?
like once again, they forced to do things they don't want to do already, right? You know,
As like
so
what?
working, they have to do work. They have to serve people, working in cafeterias, cleaning yards, cleaning bathrooms. They do a lot of different work they don't want to do, right?
True.
So,
Yes.
so therefore, like if you put certain implements on things, like you said, force people to get education in a certain time frame, maybe this may cut some off of you, and we see development from you, right? So therefore, we have different programs. Like, okay, I see you. I see that you are focusing on yourself and trying to get better because you are trying to pass this class and study and learn this. And then I see you are going to this other class, the other level that you take after you do this. So I think just different levels and things, and you put different achievements on things, and you they start seeing you know what I'm saying, they start seeing the out, and then people mind frames will start changing, and therefore and with contraband and things like that and selling things is like it has to be a way that things are, because only way people are selling things because it's not accessible, right?
You breaking up pretty bad.
uh okay, so what like with all right with the contraband, it's like you have to make things accessible. So, well, not with even with contraband, just by just selling things. So, like
Making
with
it
just certain
accessible.
food, like certain foods that are, things has to be accessible for them. So, that means they probably getting. I ain't gonna say they getting well fed or underfed, but the videos I be seeing, it look like some people are doing good. So I don't know how the prison system works, never been, but outside of looking in and from watching and hearing from other people and their experience and all this, is like if you don't have money, it's like it's hard to survive in there, and it shouldn't be like that, you know. So it's like that has to change with money situations. I don't know, like how it really goes with the money and what all you need it for, but I feel like you shouldn't need money in prison if you working already. You know what I mean? So it's just certain little things I have to. I don't want to. I don't want to say I want the experience of it to know and say more about it. But if I did have the experience, I know what I can really give a more detailed description on what I think should be happening. You know what I mean? But this just on the outside looking in.
Okay, so my opinion here is, my bad. I didn't want to cut you off. You done there?
Yeah, I'm good.
So my opinion on the situation is, I feel like there should be two different, I guess you want to say prisons, if you want to say that aspect of it, because there should be one where you have a chance to reach a goal, like for example, you get certain perks here. You get more telephone time, more TV time. You get different things along those lines. Like, you know what I mean? It's more perks. You get more freedom. Like it versus the other side. Like I said, you got to separate the two. Versus the other side, you get less freedom. You probably locked down all day. Probably the conditions are worse. You don't have as much time to talk on the phone, and so it's like I said, two different ones. So it's like you got something that you're striving to. It's like, fuck, I need to do this and do this so I can get and achieve and make it to this other one. And then it should be like a I'm just gonna say point system just to use something simple. but it should be like a point system. So even if you're on the good side of the prison and you lose too many points, then they gonna ship you to the bad side of the prison. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then if you make it to the top and then you get shipped back to the bottom, you can't make it back up to the top. Like it's two different prisons. Like we got a good prison, we got a bad prison. And that good prison, that's where we actually reform people and actually want people who are gonna get their studies on and actually want to do something they make it to society. Because at the end of the day, everybody in prison don't want to be reformed, and you can't make people who don't want to be reformed. So for people who don't want to be formed, that's cool shit. Your ass can stay over here in this shitty ass prison, locked down 25 hours a day, and your ass ain't gonna make it something. But if you actually want to be something, you got a prison, you want to take some classes, you want to learn a trade, you want to learn a skill or something along those lines, and you don't want to be over there with the riffraff and that bullshit, then you're gonna do what you gotta do to stay in this upper prison or this prison that's actually trying to help you. You see what I'm saying? Instead of in this prison, one prison you look like as an animal, in the other prison you look like as a rehab patient type shit. Like we trying to make you better. That's just my that's how I'm gonna rock with that one.
But with
Uh,
that, I'll go ahead.
okay, you go ahead. You
Not go ahead. Go
What's
ahead.
that? I was about to add a few factors into it because it's something that's missing out. You have to understand history to understand prison itself in the first place. And
I agree with
so
that. I agree with
I
that.
want to break down why do anybody understand why prisons was even made? It was made realistically, prisons wasn't actually started to be made, and I mean like infrastructures where you have multiple people going into it so they can do reform work for free, pretty much. Pennies, what's the name? You got making less than pennies working for the government, and you making things
Right.
that the government needs, like license plates. You making what's the name? Military body warmers and shit like that. So they using people, and but then now who are they particularly using, which is the problem. So you got to go all the way back to the 13th Amendment to actually understand this. And in the 13th Amendment, I'll just read it for you real quick. 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, ratified in 1865, abolished slavery and involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for a crime. So now you see America started pushing a bunch of crimes towards a specific group of people, just so happened to look like everybody on the panel. What's name? And when they was pushing what's name these crimes, they was the stupidest crimes like loitering laws. You couldn't be a nigga that just didn't have a place to go, or you get taken to prison. You couldn't be a nigga that knew how to read, or you'd be taken to prison. You couldn't look a white man in the eyes, or you'd be taken to prison. That's where you get things like the chain gang, is niggas that was freed and then taken directly back into slavery. What's the name? And then the only other option that you really had was sharecropping, so that you would be able to sharecrop and not be within the what's the name, and then still have to fall under a certain legality and be under some a person of superiority. I ain't gonna use colors. So when you actually understand what prison was even made for, and then you skip all the way to the future, there's so many steps that I can hit, but I'm save you out of time. You had what's the name, the Jim Crow era, which was heavily imprisoning Hispanics and Negroes. You had what's the name, the war on drugs, heavily imprisoning the Hispanics and Negroes. The best way to what my point is that once you understand why it was created and who created it, the best way to reform a prison is first by putting the prisoners in the hands of people who actually care about them. I'm more likely to police my brother up and make sure he has a place to go than somebody who wants him to be in a prison system. Nobody's ever going to reform prison inside of America. America has the most prisoners in the world. So that we can continue to do free labor for them.
I think prison started back way back in the Roman.
We what's the name? We talking about prison reform of this country. I already know that technically there was prisons inside all these other areas, and still they used to use their prison reform. What's the name? Their prisons the exact same way America uses today, because America is just a resemblance of the Roman Empire itself. You still there, Dave? Did anybody hear me?
I know I heard
I
you
can
loud
hear
and
everybody.
clear. I'm clapping for you. I
Well,
feel that. We're not talking about nowhere else. We're talking about here in America.
But
You talking about
No,
America.
we were just talking about
now
where prison came from.
he did go back in
Oh,
time.
yeah, but I agree with you though, Dave. It did come from the Roman civilization, but America is just a child of the Roman civilization. The people who was in power when they created America are all countries that's just Roman-based countries, romantic language countries. French, the Spanish, the Germanic countries, which isn't technically a romantic country, but yeah, that's how you actually get the language English. You know what I'm saying? It's the same people. They doing the same shit they was doing back then.
For me, it's first they got to start with the COs and all that. The people who watch over the prisons. They got to crack down on them. They got to be they got to it's got to be more. It seemed like I don't know how they getting 55-inch TVs in prisons. I don't know how they getting Jordan 5s inside the prison. But I'll tell you this: ain't no Foot Locker in the prison. Ain't no IKEA in prison. So I think a lot of it starts with the COs and the people they're hiring to watch over these prisoners. I think jail needs to just be jail. I think like I really wish understand you want them to have some kind, you don't want people going crazy, but it's just getting to it. They're getting too much outside stuff on the inside. Too many luxuries of the outside are now on the inside, and then you start to show all these pictures on Instagram to our youth, and they think it's lovely in prison, and you can just walk in there and you got a big TV mounted on your wall, or you got a line of Jordans lined up when it's really not like that. You know what I'm saying? I really wish they can stop like these phones. Like these phones ain't no T-Mobile inside of a prison. These COs and the people who watch over the prisons, they have to be cracked down a little bit more harder. I don't got too much to say on it, but I think we can start there with the COs and people who watch over the prisons. And because, like I said, I ain't no there's no Foot Locker in prison, there's no T-Mobile in prison, and it ain't no corner store in prison. So we got to crack down on the overseers. That's just my opinion. If we ain't got nothing else on that, then we'll move it right along.
Well, I didn't hear nobody say other than me. So I'm guessing y'all not putting nothing on the prisoners because y'all haven't said anything about the prisoners and as far as their own actions and how can they do better with their own actions because
Yeah.
they're making those choices themselves to sell this and sell that inside the prison and do this.
But you
and
do
that
know
inside
they
the
are
prison.
prisoners, right? So they minds ain't right in the first place. So that's why I say you got to start with the people that's overseeing them. These contrabands and things just not the prisoners ain't going on the outside, then going back in jail with the stuff.
So
Yeah,
do
You know what
y'all
I'm saying?
believe? So y'all believe every prisoner can be reformed?
that's
Yes.
I say. So that's why I was saying how you rehabilitate these people versus turning them into better criminals or still doing the criminal things inside the prison because it's like, all right, what are you really going to prison for if you can do the same thing in the inside that you did in the outside?
Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like everyone should be reformed. I don't feel like a
Not
serial killer
everybody
should
should
be
be,
reformed.
but you still gotta.
It's certain people I don't feel like should be
And there go
reformed.
that slippery slope.
That the rest of but I believe they should be
Everybody
killed.
get supposed to.
Okay,
Everybody supposed to
I can
get a
feel it. I can
be
feel it. So
If
you
you're a
saying
murderer, a rapist, any of that type of stuff, child molester, you're dead on the spot. You shouldn't even after your court case. As soon as they find out that you're guilty and they got all the evidence pinned up against you, death. There shouldn't be
Yeah.
no extra shit
Nah,
to
but
it.
what if it's some missing evidence? So, like,
Then that's a good question.
let me
If
appeal.
it's missing evidence, then you can't kill that person until you for
I can't
surely have
appeal
that
it.
person.
because
Because what's the name? Another stat for you guys, if y'all want to look it up, is that what's the name? Black people, we are the most incarcerated, but we're also the most exonerated because most of the time they're just pinning stuff on us that we didn't do. So they let us. The exonerated means that they let you go from your sentence because they had you wrongly convicted.
that's why you
After 50 years.
that's why you just shouldn't death on people like that.
I ain't wish death on nobody. I'm saying what's the name?
Hey,
Only thing I said.
and
What's up?
if they get guilty of something like a crime like that, you know what I mean?
Mm, you
That's
have to listen to what I fully said. Anybody can check me on this. Only thing that I said was that if they have all the evidence that prove that that person did it after that court case, and they prove that this person literally did it without a doubt, death. There should be death. Nobody should. What's
but
name? I don't want to.
that's what they do though. they always do when they are trying with somebody.
So
Why they get locked up because they saying they got all the evidence and all the. You know what I
But
mean?
then when you're looking at what I was saying specifically for what I think that we should do as a prison reform, I said that we should let our people deal with our people because we actually care about them. We what's the name? Firstly, most of the time we're wrongly convicted because of a racist system. But
Not
then if you have our people dealing with our people and then fixing the problems for our people, we can actually reform and then make them an actual, you know what I'm saying, a good person inside of civilization.
not even just it's not our people because we don't know who our people really are
That,
yet.
that's your idea. That my idea is different. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but
You do it for other people. That's not me. I'm talking about my specific idea, not yours.
yeah, but I'm just saying it. But when you trying to rehabilitate somebody, it's always there. You get a second chance. You trying to change the mind of how you was already thinking. You know what I mean? You trying to
How
just
would you?
you know
Okay,
how
sorry. I'll let you continue. My bad, bro.
people go to church and trying to change their ways or try to believe in something to change their ways to do better. So it's like you always got to get that person, no matter what they've been through or what they did, you always try to get a chance to do better. And like y'all say, always, you know how y'all was just saying earlier about giving people motivation and giving them guidance, giving them all this. You still pour that same thing into people did do things that you might think is horrible or blasphemy and all this, but you still got to pour the same love and guidance into them. You
You
know,
correct. You correct. I apologize, and I definitely agree with that. You should give them a chance of repentance.
Like
so
God
yeah,
sort them out.
feel about that one though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that too.
So,
Rack, we're gonna have you close out this topic. Any last words on it for you?
Yeah, yeah, 'cause that is extreme. Like you can a murder case, you instant death. That is a bit extreme. But on I mean, I feel a lot of people said a lot of good. I heard a lot of good things about improving prison reform. Like the point system, that's good. Like you can get like a easier sentence. You know, like not like a lighter like time off, but it could be a more comfortable sentence for you. You know, if you ain't on the BS.
I just hate the word comfortable in prison.
I
That
understand
shit
that.
don't go together.
I understand that, but at a lot of time, I mean, a lot of people commit these crimes when they young adolescent. You don't want to punish somebody when they for one decision for the rest of their life, like when their mind wasn't fully developed and they could have been misguided too.
I hear you. That's okay. Okay. All right, we're gonna close out that topic with that right there. Appreciate you guys on that topic. That was how can we make prison a better rehabilitation system? How can we have inmates come in with a new leash on life, decriminalize them, if I may say. Um, but all the people will never be good all the time, but some of the people will be good all the time. All right, topic number 2. All right, guys. How do you feel about poly relationship, polygamy? How do you feel about a man with 2 wives, a woman, not even wives, a man with 2 girlfriends, a woman with 2 boyfriends, a woman with a boyfriend and a girlfriend, or vice versa? Is it something that interests you? Is it something that
he breaking
that
up.
you
I'm
thought
not sure if he
about?
breaking up for anybody else.
Is it something
I,
that you
I,
thought about?
he was quite clear.
Is is it something that you thought about involving yourself with? Does it have benefits? Is it just a bunch of mockery?
I think the question was, how does everyone feel about polygamy and
now,
poly?
hold on. Is it polygamy or the?
Poly, polygamy, polygamous, all under the same tree, however you want to slice it.
Polygamy when
Well,
you
see the poly thing. I just read.
That being in relationship with multiple people. Boom.
All right. Well, they got all these definitions for these things now, but the poly one, I just read the definition, and I really don't see too much wrong with it because basically what it's saying is you can be with whoever you want to, long as you let them know, be truthful, be honest, and y'all share the same like pleasure
Review. Mhm.
or something like that. But the main thing is like, long as you being truthful and honest, and every party know about everything. So I don't see nothing wrong with that. But you know what I mean? Because once you've been truthful and honest, so everybody have consent. That's another thing they say, and everybody consents to everything, you know. So it's like you're not sneaking, you're not cheating, is you being open, you being honest, and anything you do, everybody consenting to. So I really don't see nothing wrong with it.
So how many people?
Is it for you? And
How many people is in that though? How many people
It
is in that?
depends. It depends on
it
you.
on
Like
you
like like
being
me. I'm I'm
open and
I'm I'm
honest.
gonna take. I'm gonna
So
Say
take me for
everybody
an
open and
example.
honest.
basically know about everybody.
Yeah, nah, it say be open and as long as you being open and honest, and everybody is consenting to what you're doing. So therefore, you can have, I guess, however many that somebody that who down with it consent to. So you may have three, and you try to do a fourth, and they say, "Nah, I can't do four," and then I guess you're going against their code because that ain't what they consented to, type thing, or you just let them go. So by the definition I just read. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. Long
But for
because
me, I think you got to know. I think you got to know what kind of person you are. I think you got to know like because it's men
Okay.
who
Anybody
cheat.
got a rebuttal?
It's men who cheat and have multiple girlfriends, but can't
So
but
me,
can't
what I think
maintain
about it
but aren't.
personally, um, I feel like shit. If that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. I just feel like don't try to push that on other people because then I feel like that's when you messing it up. At like, don't make this like, oh, this is better than what you got going, or you should do it this way because of this way. Like, believe, do what you want to do, but don't try to force it on other people.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Like I said, I think it depends on. I think it depends on you. You got to know who you are as a person. And like 50 said, all parties need to know everything that's going on. Like for me, that's something I'm interested in with two women. I don't need them to like
Anything to
each
say,
other. You know
Seven?
what I'm saying? I don't need them to, and it's not a sexual thing. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's not always a
Seven,
sexual.
going once.
It ain't got nothing to do about sexual. That's a piece of it, but that ain't all of it though. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I feel
Can
like I
anybody hear
said, me
me?
personally, the two
Going once.
women, Stefan.
Everybody quiet. Can nobody hear me?
I can hear you.
yeah, we
Yeah,
hear
you
you.
need to be quiet.
Yeah, it's on you, Seven. What you got to say?
They don't hear you, Davis.
No, no, Dave was still talking.
Oh,
Dave,
David
you were
talking.
still
I can't
talking,
hear him
wasn't
now. David's saying.
Yeah, I don't think you can hear me though.
I can't
you?
hear
Yeah,
David. Oh, now I
he
can hear
talk. He
David.
talk. David talking right now. You can't hear him though.
But
Just
no, but like I was
hold up.
saying, I was
Go ahead,
yeah, like
Davis.
I was saying.
I can hear him now.
Go ahead, Stefan.
He say he can hear you.
Oh, okay. But like I was saying, I just feel like it depends on what type of person you are. All parties need to know what's going on, and it's not always about sexual. Because I feel like me and two women can get like build a kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it depends on the person you are. Like some men can cheat and balance two women, but that don't mean that same man can maintain a poly relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a bigger responsibility than running around lying and cheating. So I feel like I can really do the two women thing. I think that'll be very beneficial. You know what I'm saying? But there are other variables that go into it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna speak on those variables because they don't pertain to me. So I feel like, man, like you said, I wouldn't push it on nobody. I ain't gonna be like boasting and bragging like this the best thing to do. I just feel like it's a good option, and if you find like-minded people on the same deal as you, I think that can really create a healthy relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Well, I think anything you pour yourself into gonna be healthy for you.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, of course.
But now I'm just saying now because like what's coming off to me is like yeah, I could build an empire with these two. Like you can't do it with one.
I
So
just, but
now,
before, hold on, before I even said that, I said,
no,
I'm not
saying,
boasting and bragging about it. I said, I'm not
now
making it seem like it's better than the single. I said that,
no. I ain't say you didn't say it. I said it came off as
but
like
see, that's why I did the disclaimer before I even see. I knew I would come off as something. That's why I said that before you took it another way. That's why I said that. So you can't. So that's why I did that disclaimer.
what was the disclaimer?
I'm not boasting and bragging about it. I'm not saying it's better than I'm not saying man and woman can't build a better one. I said I'm not saying none of that.
Okay.
Y'all already know what my answer gonna be. 50, he'd probably be able to guess without me even saying
Go, go
Yeah,
it.
ahead,
my boy won
recite it.
7. He
Recite
won
it,
he
my
won a
brother.
bunch of them.
Recite it. Go ahead. Recite it, my brother.
No, I'm not about to read out the Bible because I already know, man. But then I believe what the Bible actually says, and the
But
Bible does talk about having multiple wives. You can see that many places inside the Bible. King David had 1,000 wives. Oh no, was that Solomon? No, yeah, it was
Solomon,
Solomon. Solomon had
David slept with the wrong, so he
hey,
shouldn't even.
how
yeah,
many how many
David
Jesus
committed adultery.
Yeah.
how many Jesus have?
How many did Jesus have? Jesus didn't have a wife.
Oh, okay.
What's the name? But what the Bible actually says, so I don't really believe in girlfriends because the Bible says that laying down with the woman makes her your wife. So once you, what's the name, come into her in holy matrimony, that's technically your wife. So
Okay. I didn't know that.
I would
Okay.
say that I had many wives and I sinned many times. I slept with many people's wives also. What's the name? But then that's all in the past. But uh,
That's why I
Don't say
I
love
don't
that.
believe.
that's why I
I
love Christianity and Bible. Boy, hey, boy, go ahead.
yeah,
Everybody
you
got a pass. Everybody has a pass. Come on now.
yeah, you got to repent, man. But then so
How many
I
times?
don't believe that women can be with what's the name, multiple people, because the Bible
Mm.
adamantly teaches against that. Women only can have one what's the name husband, and then they have a whole word for it for if women go outside of their relationship with their husband, and that's called
But
adultery.
yeah,
Adultery, or
And
women,
adultery just for women.
women were doormats in biblical days. Women didn't even really have a voice in biblical days.
but now we're coming from a Christian, my brother. Does God change?
Does God change?
Yeah.
Nah.
It don't matter
Mm-mm.
what day it was then. I mean, the women still supposed to, not doormats, but they still supposed to be under the exact same law. It means that you got one husband, that's your husband. If you don't like that, then you just need to guard your box and stop sleeping
And
with
then Dariel, if the husband died, then what must she do?
everybody. If the husband died, I thought that she was free to go. What's the name?
Nah, his brother gonna take her.
Oh no, that's only if she doesn't have a what's the name? If she doesn't have a child with her husband, her brother would be
Oh,
able to
okay.
come on to her and then be able to have a child in his brother's name.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
different, but yeah. But then if a woman's husband dies, then that means that now she's a widow. She can actually be back in the dating market because she's not bound by that law anymore. She's not married to anybody. But then, yeah, that's what I believe. I believe in poly relationships. I'm probably gonna try to get me some more wives, but I ain't gonna multiply my wives too much to where I start losing sight of the Lord, man.
Yeah,
That's about it.
that part. That part. Right.
I mean, whatever makes you a better human being, go for it. Like if everybody with it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Like what you say, like the definition, man. You consent with it, you be open and honest and consent.
yeah, yeah,
You
what you
know,
want to do what you do, you know.
So if somebody was sleeping with
Um,
a chicken, that's cool.
now we say people, man. We ain't say nothing about those apples. That, that,
I was just trying to specify because y'all just
God
said
damn,
whatever you want
God
to
damn.
do.
So you gonna have a chicken as a wife? God damn it. The fuck?
There's some weird redneck out there that do it, bro.
These fellas said it's okay. That fella right there said it's okay for me to do this.
Nah, we about human beings. You know, now you wanna go to chickens and shit. Chickens and
I'm fucking
right. He had
around, my bad.
shit right. He had to start some shit.
like, 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 I don't. I don't tell nobody what. I don't come on nobody's sexual orientation. Like I just as long as you ain't messing with no underage. Like as long as the people that consent can legally consent, go for it. And I don't think a chicken can consent.
Hmm. Oh yeah. I was just joking about that. But
Yeah.
I do have a question still though. What would you say about somebody who? So in America, the age of consent would be 18 or so. But then if you go to places like France or Japan or some other place, then it goes down to 16. So should somebody be bound by the law of their country when they go somewhere else? Or are they able to sleep with 16-year-olds here and not sleep with 16-year-olds when they're in America?
And okay,
Sound like that's a
and
moral imperative.
see right there, and see that's another thing. Remember back in America, it was younger than that, right?
That's what I've been saying. It might be Alabama, Arkansas. You ain't got to go there for.
It was younger than that in America. So therefore,
Nah.
it's a yes, it was. It was my great grandma. My mate what got married at 13, some shit like that. Yeah, it was younger than that in America. So therefore, it's like it's really about. I be thinking like I tell people. My thing is like I kind of go by nature too. Like motherfucker hit they period, they be saying they grown type shit. And that's how they kind of looked at it back then. But then they were looking at the mind developing and everything, right? But now it's like when you look at it, it's like shit. The motherfuckers who are grown, shit, still act like they young type shit. And what we consider that somebody who grown is, whatever we consider grown, you know, because it's like I don't know what people consider grown, like having a job or having your own house or crib or
Danny
whatever.
and Maddie, what up, fam?
So it's like it it, it just depends on that person. But then if we going by laws and you don't want to break the law, get locked up, then you better not fuck with that underage girl. You know what I mean? So
Keep it on polygamy. We talking about polygamy.
it's kind of that shit right there is kind of iffy because that make you look at your ancestors like damn, hold on, man, this nigga was so but it was legal then. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm getting off the subject a little bit, y'all.
my bad,
Nah,
yeah.
cause no, we on the consent part of consent was part
Nah,
of
we talking
was
about
part
we
of
talking about underage activities.
Yeah, but yeah, the consent was part of, but yeah, we are going to kind of off of it. But yeah, but back to what I said, yeah, man, from the definition that I read about it, shit, I ain't see nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with being open and honest and everybody on the same accord and consenting. And, if that floats your boat, go ahead, do what you do. And like I said, don't be trying to boast well, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with boasting and bragging. You love your life. That's like motherfuckers loving their life with their wife. If they got one wife.
But
Or if
don't try to push it on nobody though.
yeah, people do it all the time. You need to get married. Don't people always tell motherfuckers that? You need to find you a good wife. You need to get married. Don't they push that on you? Your whole life telling you need to get married, got to find
man.
a wife.
Y'all
So,
been playing house long enough.
right, you mean yeah, so why not? If this is my life and I'm living, I'm happy. Why can't I brag about it? I ain't saying you gotta do it. I'm just saying, just like people who get married and do the same thing. Try to push that on you, like, man, you gotta get married, man. I'm telling you, sitting there, man. They do the same shit.
Mm.
You want to close us out, Steph, on this topic?
Right, and just like I asked, bro, like, bro, you look married, like he was like, man, married like the shit, man. Look, you know what I'm saying? The fuck, you brag about that shit, hell yeah. Ain't nothing
I
wrong.
don't
That's
believe
what's
in
up.
marriage.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Beautiful thing, man.
I believe there's something wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with being happy, man. And
Nah.
fellas,
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the marriage license.
We ain't got there yet. We ain't got there yet.
oh shit, look. Oh boy, hey, we probably on the same thing. We probably like right here with that one.
Like, ain't nobody tell me who I'm gonna be with for the rest of my motherfucking life. I let the person know that I'm gonna be with them. I don't need nobody government to tell me shit
You gotta
ever.
wait. You gotta
Hold
wait.
on. We ain't on that yet. Hold on, man.
All right, cool.
All right, Steph, you ain't got nothing to say about the polygamy relationships?
Steph done stepped away from the phone.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the next topic, fellas. Yeah. It was actually from Steph.
I
All
got
right. Should a marriage license have a renewal date, like 3 to 4 years? Should there be an option to stay married or not with after a couple years, or do you think it's just to stay with the same process of going through a divorce? Go ahead, Sam.
Hmm. Yeah. So when you talk about the marriage license thing,
Yeah, should it have a 3 to 5 year renewal date, or should it just stay like it is?
you
Nah,
already know what I'm about to say. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the Bible. You shouldn't be divorcing your woman unless she actually doing some stage of fornication. That's whether she, you know what I'm saying, sleeps with your uncle or some shit, or what's the name, sleep outside of your marriage, and she doing weird sexual acts, having sex with chickens or some shit. Then you get rid of that. What's the name? Get rid of her because she obviously got some weird shit on her. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that you should ever leave your wife. It's been ordained by the Lord. But then I don't believe that you should have to get a contract from a white supremacist country that lets you know that you're married to somebody that you chose to lay down with. That's weird.
It is.
Yeah. So yeah, well, I knew we
So
was
if
gonna
you don't
be.
get the
I knew we was gonna be in the
so
same
if you don't
spot.
get the if you don't get the white supremacist contract, what you gonna do then? Jump a broom?
Why
No,
not?
what's that?
That I mean, shoot.
You probably stepped out when I already went over this, but then the Bible teaches that when you sleep with a woman, she is
I
your
was
wife.
here. I was here.
Okay. So yeah. What's name? Not jump the broom. Once I consummated if you make the consummation before the ceremony, then you're already consummated. You're married. You can have a ceremony just for show, like, hey y'all, this is my wife. Hey, let's party and shit. But other than that, already if you go into it, that's your wife. For me, I know everybody different on here.
We gotta hear from the marriage people with experience, because my shit just gonna be just off of just my opinion and not from experience. So, but like I kind of feel the same way. I kind of feel like I don't need if I don't know. Cause see, and this how I be feeling. But sometimes I be wanting to be the leader in the head and all this, but then I want to have compassion and be thoughtful and all this shit. Because I be saying like, if I get married, it probably only be for my woman because this what she believe in, this what she want. Even though I'm against it, and I might do that, but then again, I
Oh,
might
but
stand on my own morals and principles and be like, nah, we can like have a ceremony or something. Like, if you want to go celebrate, yeah, we can do that. But like, if I'm choosing you to be mine, then let's just rock out and do this. And then, like, for its benefits, people be looking for the benefits or whatever. When somebody died, be like, what about when you died and all this? Then I guess you just go make a will or whatever you got to do to make sure they secure if anything happened to you, you know. But it's like marriage to me is just sacred between me and that person. But if we going by, you know, what we'll say, culture or a certain religion or Bible or whatever. Then, like I said, David, like that time I tried to show you on the TV show, I couldn't. It was like a spiritual wedding. It wasn't no documents being signed. It's just
Mm-hmm.
you need to be passed down. The father had to
What
give
up,
you away,
Brandon? Mm-hmm.
and you just had to have a gift for that person that you love, and have somebody in a like a rabbi or something like that, just to, you know, to be a witness too.
a rabbi.
Yeah, it was like a rabbi or something. You need to get passed down. I don't know the exact.
This nigga went left. This nigga talking about a rabbi and shit.
I
No,
mean,
no,
right?
man,
Yeah.
no. I'm saying from just like a spiritual wedding. It's like you ain't have to sign no documents. You just need to have the father had to pass the his daughter on. He had to get the permission. So once you get the father there permission, and then you have some witnesses there with you, it's like that's
Mm-hmm.
all you needed. It wasn't no documentation or you or this and that. You know, you knew because nigga, the father gave you away, and you had the people you was closest to there. You know what I'm saying? So anything else after that is that's what it is. People can't say, yeah, I got married. and they like, nah, we did it the right way, regardless of what you think about. Show me your
I
paper,
mean, they do the same thing with a courthouse marriage. That's the same thing as a courthouse marriage.
but you got to sign paper.
Yeah, sign that paper. I think I really wish everything could be done except for signing that paper at the end. Like I really like the whole all the ceremony, all shit. That shit cool, but that piece of paper at the end, I think is very unnecessary.
Yeah, it's the
See no,
paper right
see no
now.
reason for
Like
that.
they
It's just a government, it's just a government contract for them to easily keep up on census data, information, financial information, and what both of y'all doing. Um, yeah, I really wish
Well,
we didn't have
marriage
to
is a
sign that piece of
contract.
paper. Yeah, but
When
it
you get
shouldn't be
married
though.
to somebody,
It really shouldn't. Like you shouldn't marry nobody other than the fact that you want to marry them. You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, it ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people do that. And that if we didn't have to sign that paper, the person who was genuinely wanting to get married and wanted to be in love, you could easily disperse from that person. You could leave that person. But now you stuck with this fucking person that's only with you because you got a lot of money, you got a big house. You know what I'm saying? You ain't happy. You know what I'm saying? Then you forgot to get the damn prenup, so now you don't want the divorce because then all your stuff is gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I really wish that paper at the end. I really wish that wasn't a part of the marriage ceremony.
it's gonna be gold diggers with or without the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they
With
can't.
or without
They
the
ain't got no
contract, you still
shovel.
gonna have
What
gold
they gonna
diggers.
dig if they ain't got no shovel though?
You know how many people out here
Like,
that got gold diggers that's not married?
Yeah, they just with you for the lifestyle. And they don't have to have a shovel.
But see,
They
that's
just
that.
act
But see,
right for
that
the
that I mean that's because you love that lifestyle too. You like to be a trick, then you know what I'm saying. You like tricking. You like giving off your money and shit. But a person that's understanding what marriage is and genuinely marrying somebody for love. You know what I'm saying. Then they ain't finna be doing all that tricking and fucking putting up with a gold digger. You know what I'm saying.
I think that's an important question to
that,
send
that's
around. I
that's why
think
you
that
make the
we
con.
need to
That's
actually
why.
understand.
That's
Go ahead, go ahead.
my bad. That's why you made the contract.
What do y'all actually think marriage is from y'all perspective? Because we all practically talking about different things because we
For
don't know
me,
exactly
it's a
what they think
symbolic.
marriage is.
I say a symbolic gesture of love. That's what I think marriage is. It's like I mean you that's just your symbolic another level up of symbolic gesture of love. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's just a level up because everybody don't get down on one knee and ask somebody to marry them. You know what I'm saying? I
I
just
would
feel like
never.
I just feel like it's just another gesture of love. You know what I'm saying? Then we turned it in, and that piece of paper turns it into something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But yeah, I would never get on one knee to give what's the name propose to a woman. That's just too submissive. That shit sound kind of weak. What's the name? If
I
anything,
mean,
I stand on a
that's
motherfucking
how I
podium.
see men doing.
Give
That's
them
how I see
ring.
people proposing. That's how I
Yeah,
see
I know.
people proposing.
You can propose in a different way.
At the
You ain't
end,
gotta like
I think
necessarily get down on one
marriage.
knee.
Yeah, I propose never get down on no knee though. That's crazy. But then I
Yeah.
was saying that's where I probably differ you because I don't see marriage as love. You don't have to love your wife, but you do gotta take care of her.
Love your wife. What's the point of being married
Well,
then?
then, shit. I mean, shit. I'm gonna marry you
Contractual
to take
agreement.
care of you. I'm gonna
And
marry you to take.
Like,
I'm finna marry you to take.
like y'all just sound like animals at this point.
and that's the
You just
thing,
Oh,
mate.
Sound crazy.
and that's
They
the
just mating at
but,
this
That's
point.
why I said. That's why I said if
that's
we
why
got
the
all
paper.
these. That's why I wish that paper wasn't there.
Right. That's why the paper did it because once people start seeing like, oh, I can do this and I can get this, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't like David say with the paper saying that you entitled to this and you entitled to that, a lot of people wouldn't be getting married. You know what I mean? But it'll be a lot of real love out there though. The
Yeah.
people
I,
who are
I don't think so. I could say that we technically there's more love being spread right now, but it's a puppy love.
I'm
That's why
no,
you see so many people just getting in a relationship. Once it get kind of dry, you shake, go to somebody else, get in a relationship. That's technically love, But then
No,
when
no,
you really talking about love or relationship or marriage, there's gonna be ups and downs, which means you're not gonna always love your wife. Even it's out there
You're gonna
like
always love
I,
if you love your wife, you're gonna always love your wife.
always,
Love should so
I
that means your love
always,
is conditional then with your wife.
my love is conditional for everybody.
that's not love. That's you can listen. I don't have to
Sound like
like
an agenda.
love you. You know what I'm saying? You can do things that I don't like, but I still love you. So therefore, it's like what I'm saying is
Because
you
that's
have.
what helps you. Go ahead, my bad.
It's like when you love like the little things. Like I understand that because I'm not perfect. She probably don't like certain things I do, but she still gonna have my back and do like you say. You know how you like your women submissive, even though she probably don't like this shit, but she like it. But she don't agree with it, but she love you though. You know what I mean? It's
Change the
never
word. It's not love that I was trying to say then. It's more of dislike. You're going to dislike your wife somewhere inside those 30, 40,
no.
50
You
years.
just
And
like
I
it. You
promise
just
you.
dislike.
I believe
You
so.
just like the things she doing. You just dislike the things she probably do. You don't dislike.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No. What's the name? I'm saying that you will have a moment. What's the name? Like think of it. Like what's the name? I grew up with my brothers and whatnot. It's been times where me and my brothers was inside of a feud, and you know what I'm saying, we in that
Real little
feud for
kids
about
mama, what's
like
up,
a month
Shrill?
or so. Like nigga, what's the name? He say anything, we about to throw him for a quick little second. Let's step out to the backyard type shit. I love my brother, but I definitely don't like this nigga right now. So I get like my change of word is just that I technically still love my wife,
Hmm.
but then what thing it can be large spells of not liking somebody over the course of 30, 40 years, nigga. I promise you can.
So you saying
yeah,
you can
yeah.
marry you go
People,
ahead, 50.
people. I think when people do that, that is still. I don't think it's love because you getting over it. You know what I mean? I
How?
think really genuinely, really in love with somebody. Let me say in love, genuine in love. It's like you get over certain things so fucking quick. You know what I mean?
That's not true,
Yeah, yeah,
bro. I
yeah.
promise you, it's not true.
yeah.
I'm
But
actually married. I promise
you
you,
not
nigga,
in
that's
love
not true.
because you probably just not in love like that because when you are like you be saying like you wouldn't drop to one knee, you wouldn't do this. Certain things when you really in love, man, you do things you don't do. You know, just cause like.
I ain't never bought no random person a house or a car or what's the name? You know what I'm
But
saying? All these other things.
anybody can do that.
That's,
You know,
anybody can, but I'm the one who did it for her.
yeah. But because you could, but you wouldn't. If it was your last, would you do it?
Huh? If it was my last?
Yeah.
Yes, because her car, what's the name? Generally, what's the name? I have her take my kids to appointments. How she gonna do that? What's the name? She stay at
But don't
home.
bring
She'll
no
stay at
kids.
home. Right?
Don't bring the kids in it. Don't bring the kids in it. I'm talking about just
Joshua
her.
Okay.
says she get what you saying, Dariel.
Yeah, you can dislike a person and still love them. I promise you. And what's the name? That's literally marriage. You got to go through those spells. It's going to happen. You're going to disagree with your wife. It's a real
Not
thing.
This
so
this like the action they did or
actions,
the
right? That's what I'm saying. The actions, bro. I'm not saying you
Yeah,
don't
but you
like
said that that's not genuine. But what you said, 50, was that that's not genuine love. And I'm just saying
because
that, nah,
you
I
saying
still
him.
take care of her. Even when I'm inside there and I don't like her, you know what I'm saying? I'm still making sure food on the table. I'm still making sure the lights stay
But
on.
you're not
I'm still, you
responsible.
know what I'm saying, taking care of all my manly duties.
You just being responsible,
I don't
bro.
think that's
But
love though.
you that's being responsible. You still. I'm talking about, bro. It comes with passion without the just being responsible.
No,
It don't mean
you want to
don't
know
mean
why you're not married right now? Is because
no.
what you perceive as love is what's keeping you single. Because
No,
you only can have that type of relationship with a woman for so long, and then once it hits one of those patches, you never get over that.
bro.
I love my wife, so I can get inside that patch, and I'll be like, all right, it'll settle down. We'll be able to talk this out eventually. You know what I'm saying? Once we cool down.
Yeah,
You, on the other
but
hand, you
it ain't going
never
for
got to
months.
that level of a connection with a woman.
It's not going for months though. That shit ain't going for months or weeks. That shit
Yeah,
really more.
but can you agree to that though? That you never got to that level of connection with a woman?
I have. That's why I'm speaking on it. That's why I'm
Hey,
telling
where's she at? Where's she?
you.
Where's she at? 50.
Hey, she around. She around.
Okay.
But what I'm saying, I'm just saying, man. I hear what you're saying, but we probably just hearing each other wrong, because what I'm saying, I'm just saying like
I agree with Darielle.
like I ain't feuding with you that long, because because the shit gonna be whatever we was feuding about, it's gonna be like either I'm gonna think about it like, oh shit, or she gonna think about it and that's it.
End up calling that ex back and be like, baby, we could work it out.
Fuck, fuck, man. Oh, now if you do some foul shit, it depends on like what type of shit you doing. You know what
Oh,
I'm
All
saying?
right,
that's
hold on,
reasonable.
yeah, hold
That's what
on.
I'm trying to say.
Jocelyn, let me read this comment right quick, y'all. Jocelyn says it don't have to work. It doesn't have to go for months or weeks. If you have proper communication and understanding, it will work out.
I believe that. I just said months and weeks because that's just a time frame, but I never did that before. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
could,
yeah,
but then what's
right.
the name? You got people who've been married for what's the name over 40 years and they don't even talk or look at their wife no more.
Because
People
They
people
still
who
love her.
married and sleep in
they
different
not in
bedrooms
love.
at night.
I'm saying they not
Yeah.
in love no more. They can love them, but they not in love. I'm talking about being in
Well,
love.
and the thing is that if you define what in love with somebody is, you're gonna be defining a high school relationship or some shit. I promise you are.
And what's
Mm.
wrong with it? Why can't you have that butterflies every day for that
You
person
can.
that you love?
I know you can.
Because sometimes we treat like it's like we treat love like, all right, well, here you go. It's you don't have that spark no more. That same thing that made you want to be around them all the time. You know, when you first start out and be fresh and you want to be around this person, you want to get to know them. It's
But
like
now go.
we start falling into the everyday routine and shit, and stop having that same goddamn me passion and that same feeling.
That's being married because you have to have a routine when you're starting a family, or your kids are gonna be chaotic. Or what's the name? They're gonna be sleeping at any time of the day because you don't have a routine for them. What's the name? Dinner needs to be set, schedules need to be made, and then when you inside of a healthy relationship, all these things gonna flow together because everybody gonna be playing their role. Trash need to be taken out, or I just take it out 2 times a week. There's gonna be piling up in the house. What's the name? I just clean once or twice a week. All these things have to be scheduled. But what I'm trying to say is that if you explain what you're talking about, which is genuine love, or what's the name, being in love with somebody, and how I can compare that to a high school relationship is, you know what I'm saying, it might be the first time that you crack, and then, you know what I'm saying, you got that, you know what I'm saying, you got that feeling on you where you're like, dang, man, I don't never want this to end. Then you out here cracking all the time, and then what's the name, you think that she always gonna be that way for you, and then someday y'all have to go off in separate ways, or this might be a second girlfriend where y'all go y'all separate ways, where y'all think y'all was gonna be in love forever. Once life hits you, then y'all inside of a different what's the name atmosphere. Whether she's in college and you at a community college that's near what's the name somewhere else, and y'all having a long distance relationship, and those problems turn into, I need somebody that's here right now, and then you can't really focus on it. When you're talking about just being in a relationship, being married, then what's the name? These little things wouldn't even what's the name be a problem. When I was working inside of Alaska, I can leave my wife back home. I know that I'm going to be coming back home. She can trust me because she already know that I got a level head on my shoulder. I'm gonna come back to the crib. And even if we inside of a dispute, she knows the character of the man that I am, and she's not going to do nefarious acts behind my back because she has a guideline and moral base for me as I do for her. What's the name? Whether we like each other or not. Then what? When you go to the what's the name, genuine love thing, that's literally what's happening in our community and in our society right now, and that's why so many people are sleeping with every single person. You got AIDS and syphilis, and you know what I'm saying. All these other things is floating around because everybody's looking for love when you should be looking for a fucking wife. That's just me though. I ain't telling y'all need a wife,
Looking
but
for what when you looking for a wife, what are you looking for? Just somebody to just deal with, to be happy with. Like what are the traits and characteristics of a wife?
I think before you go, I think the tracing you when you spoke about all that structure you need in a marriage, bro. That's those the things that you have to look for with your wife. You got to see, cause like he said, cause that's like, I don't give a fuck what you say. That's a contract. That paper is a contract. So with all that planning and shit, that's why you got to do all that planning and routine shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it is this fucking paper that you got, or you supposed to do this. You got to do this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know if you're running off love or not. Or you still running off love? You know what I'm saying? Because of this already in place structure that you must have to make this marriage flourish and be happy.
Technically, you could say that. That's why it was hard for me to choose the word of like and love, because you know what I'm saying. You could say it either way. Technically, you do have love for this person because you are keeping a contractual agreement to make sure that they are straight. Healthcare, all that stuff, dental, all these other little things. But then when you really break it down, that's not what people mean when they're talking about love. They're talking about something that's bubbly, that's gay and shit. I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
that ain't
I'm
love.
talking about crazy shit.
Love ain't. And that's what I'm saying. Goddamn, me insurance company keep a contract with you, long as you paying that bill. Shit,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So therefore, what you saying, if you not keep providing, she not gonna love you no more, or if you fall short on your feet, then she not gonna have your back. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. So if you can't be the man that you have been, buying houses and providing to make sure your family's straight, or is your woman gonna love you if you fall short from doing that?
Or
Is
are
she
you
My
mad
woman,
because or are you mad because 3 days in a row I didn't take the trash out? Or you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that happens. That happens. But you know what I'm saying? She get tired of tell your ass to take the trash out. You know what I'm saying? You slip on it a few times and maybe you stayed up a little too long. You forgot to get it out to the corner or some shit. Like, dang, now we got trash piling up because you out here forgetting your duties. That shit happens. And you know
but
what I'm saying? That
that's
could
not loving
she
you
could be
though.
made to not like you for that little situation. But it was a question that you asked, David. What was the question that you asked? I forgot. You asked
what
the
what
question, man.
what it was about?
It's
The
it's
the
beyond.
man.
Yeah, it's beyond me. I should have paid attention. But yeah, man. Relationships is a slippery slope. What's the name? Oh, that's what it was. It was 50 who actually said something about this. About what's the name? My woman. So what's the name? Being under my household or under my rulership, because a man is supposed to rule over his house. There's no 50-50 weird shit. What's the name? My woman, she submits to my God, and then my God has rules already set, and we follow those rules. So there's no confusion. If I go against those rules upon her, then she can let me know. If she goes against those rules upon me, then I can let her know because it's already written, it's set in stone. There's nothing for us to change. But in that same aspect, though, what's the name? This is why I said there's no such thing as conditional love. Because if she goes outside of our marriage, then I'm kicking her ass to the curb. She can go back to California with her mama. That's how it is. Or stay with the nigga that she was fooling around with. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that love may be unconditional for somebody. I don't believe in unconditional love. There's conditions for love, except for when you're talking about God. That's it.
Okay, no. It's like that. But yeah, man. Yeah. I just believe, like, man. Okay, I forgot what's the name of that movie. I can't think of it. But these people, they were broke, right?
Yeah,
Uh, who is Wood Harris, the white man, Woody Harris,
that dude funny.
and like they was down bad or whatever, you know. But he had an attractive woman. They weren't married. I don't think they weren't married either.
My
But
money train.
the rich man came
To
along.
my
Seen
money train. No, not
what
money train.
not one money train. The rich man came along, you know what I mean, seen her at the store, wanted to get this dress or whatever. And Wood Harris, he's at the casino.
Oh, you talking about
Kind of
Sparkle.
Sparkle.
Sparkle or
Not ain't
you talking
Sparkle.
about
It's
Mike Epps? You talking about Mike Epps and Wood Harris?
nah. The white man. The white man Wood Harris. The white dude, our white man can't jump.
Yeah, white man can't jump.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
they was doing down bad or whatever. So you know what I'm saying, it needs some money. What the rich man synced her in the store trying to get a dress or whatever, and he synced her, but he was like, I got a man and all this. So he came to him like, hey, I give
Like
you $1
Gaston
million.
said, indecent proposal.
I don't know. He said I
Man,
don't.
baby, you know every fucking movie, bro.
Right, he came and I can't think of the name of it, but he offered this man $1 million to have his wife. I think that was his wife or his girl for a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sounds
They
rough.
needed the money. Needed the money. In that situation, as a man, what do you do?
I follow God's law. I'd rather live in a shoebox with my wife
I couldn't do it,
than
bro.
have somebody else out here cracking and taking my wife on dates and
No
shit.
way,
That's
man. You
weird.
heard me.
But then,
I ain't
Ain't no way, bro.
but then, at the end of the day, is it your choice or is it her choice?
This is my choice.
She really don't need.
If we
I
married,
mean, shit.
it's
She
our
got
choice.
a
It's our
choice.
choice. It's
I
our
got an
choice.
option
And I
though.
would be
I
like,
got
nah,
options.
I don't think we should be doing that.
Yeah,
Hold on, Millie, tell
Do it
me what
anyway.
it's about. Read Millie comments, David. She know what I'm talking about.
Malika Gaston said to sleep
She
with his
got a
wife.
couple of them down there.
She said indecent proposal.
Oh, okay, indeed. Okay, yeah. So it's like because
Tyler, run all them
like,
comments back for me. Yeah, it is indecent proposal because she's saying everything you said.
yeah, because it's like, is it really your choice? If she comes to you as a woman, that means she kind of. I think that means she love you. If she act like, I can't really say that means she love you, but because she can make her own
She
choice.
says to sleep with his wife for. Would you sleep with his wife for $1 million, something like that?
Yeah, I think Jocelyn had some comments too. Run them back.
Yeah, we gotta read them comments. Yeah.
All right. Jocelyn first said, without the paper, it's a spiritual contract and commitment. True. I
true.
agree. And I
with
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
And then she also said, people grow and evolve. You learn your partner at every phase they go through. That's what I've that's what I've heard from people married for a long time. You're always learning about that person.
That's true also.
That is very true.
Yeah, you got to pay attention.
So yeah, but we differ inside of that viewpoint. I don't think that's my wife's choice. I think that's what's the name, a lawful thing to follow. You already know everything that I'm trying to go by is literally strictly Bible.
Right.
You can't just sell your wife into whoredom. Thus the whole city turns to whoredom.
No, you not throwing it in there because at the end of the day, if she feel like y'all down and out need this money, and somebody come along, like remember how you just said I bought my wife a house, got a this and got a that, and then when I say if you fall short of doing that now because things probably went wrong, and then another man come along could do the same things with your wife, would you know what I'm saying? Would she still love you like that?
If she's doing that, she don't love you. What? No.
And then you know, all you doing.
I love
she just make.
Yeah, that was kind of like my whole point. Like, yeah, that means they don't love you if they go do this and do that. But that's why I was saying it. Like, bro, it you can do, but if they gonna hold you down though, like without or
They're just,
you know what I mean?
they're just making a worse situation worse. Or shit. I mean, shit. That $1 million, some bad can happen once you get that $1 million, bro.
Yeah, it can. I'm just saying. I'm just going off the movie because they was in love. You know what I mean? And then they got into a situation, and you know what I'm saying. And
yeah, but you know how they go. When bad happens, and then you try to shortcut, even worse stuff happens.
So yeah, y'all gotta watch the movie. You gotta see how the outcome came out.
And if she even did
it's a movie. They wrote it how they wanted to come out. But what I'm saying is, when you try to fix a worse situation by taking shortcuts, worse stuff gonna happen.
Okay.
Just like when Jesus, the dude with the broke leg, I think he was a Samaritan or something like that, and Jesus asked him how he get his leg broke and all that shit. And he was like, me and my family, we was down and out, we was doing bad and all that. We was down and out doing bad. And there was this other guy who I knew, he was down and out, he was doing bad as well. So they had gathered up a plan to rob a Jew. So they robbed a Jew, and the friend took the money and the clothes, and he went to go pawn and get all the stuff for that. But the other guy, he took the horse. So he took the horse, and he got on the horse bucked up, he fell off, broke his leg.
Broken leg. Mm-hmm.
And then he just made a worse situation even worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Uh,
corner is corner.
hey, Brandon say. So, what
So
is
what's
the
the
most
most
important
important?
thing in a marriage? Top three.
What's the most important? Top three things in the marriage, says Brandon. So what is the most important thing in the marriage? Top three, seven. Go, and I'm going to you.
For me, God, respect, and then nurturing.
I say communication. But see, mine's is like almost before you get married. Cause I really think, cause man, you said that whole thing about having a plan and being structured, bro. I really think that ain't talked about enough when you finna sit down and get married, man. I think like your stuff had both parties have to have everything structured. But other than that, I think communication, understanding of each other, and attractiveness. I promise you, bro, you got to be attracted to this person that you finna be stuck with for a minute. I know looks go away, but for a while, shit, that's what you're gonna be looking at. And
But no,
shit,
no,
when
no.
you get
Go ahead. Finish. My bad.
and when you get mad, shit, you want to look over and see something attractive to make you get a little soft heart. Now you trying to fix it up. I mean, that's just my opinion. I wouldn't. You gotta get
Yeah.
somebody you attracted to, bro.
I would just think attraction come in all different forms. Like attraction just ain't looks though, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
That's
you
true. So
know,
what you need to have, it has to be a healthy attraction, man. Don't be talking about you attracted to this person money or you attracted to somebody's car or something like that.
yeah. So yeah,
I don't even think attraction falls into my top five things.
Okay.
but for me, I don't know. I haven't been married, so
So yeah, communication, understanding, and make sure you want to do it,
yeah,
bro. Don't
and now
just
okay,
please
yeah,
do not just do it because you seen somebody else do it. You think it's gonna fix your life. You think it's
yeah.
gonna
How
something magical finna come from it, bro. Please don't do it. If you and your heart, bro, don't want to. Don't do it because your spouse want to do it. Just because you think your spouse want to do it, don't be like, let's do it anyway. Because I'm telling you, in the end, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, man. So you got to be with somebody who you want to be with. At least believe that, and if it don't work, it don't work. But you yourself need to believe that this is who I'm with for eternity. You know what I'm saying? Underturn every stone. Ask questions. Like go back into the see what they parents like. Like I mean, like, and I'm serious, man. Before you really gotta, man, think deep when you about to make this decision. Because like Dario said, God don't want us to get divorced. You know what I'm saying? So you finna have to fight through a lot of things. You're gonna have to get a better understanding of each other. Like Jocelyn said, even when you get married, now it's time to learn the married person of your spouse. You know what I'm saying? Now they done flipped to you a married man or woman. Now I gotta relearn you all over again. You know what I'm saying? Now we gotta so I mean like you really need to make sure like before you make that decision, before you say I do and sign that paper, man, I promise you, man, I swear to God, you really need to believe like this is it. You know, even if it's not it, man, and you need to make sure it's what makes you happy, man. You got to do what makes you happy. You can't do nothing for nobody else, man. Nobody.
man, I like that. I like that. Jocelyn say respect, understanding.
Put that. I don't even see it.
She just put it on her.
Okay. Jocelyn said respect,
Respect,
understanding,
understanding, and
and
dedication.
dedication. Brandon Jennings.
Okay,
Dedication. That's
that's
dedication.
what's more.
That's a good one because that dedication. My bad, Rack. Go, Rack. Come on, jump in, Rack.
Oh man, y'all had it covered. Y'all have it covered. I
Nah,
ain't been
we ain't
married.
heard from you. You gotta give us something. We ain't heard from you.
I mean, I don't know. I was kind of on the fence because, like, cause we signed. I signed a lot of contracts for less. Why can't I sign a contract for love? And
Mm.
then
No.
hopefully I can
Okay.
put some stuff I want in there. Put some stuff I want in there. You know, and then we never got to the 3 to 5, 3 to 5, the 3 to 5 renewal of the
Yeah, how you feel about
license.
that?
About the original question.
Um, I don't know. I don't. I think it shouldn't be that easy to get out of a marriage.
It's not at
Like
all. I'm telling you, man.
I understand. Yeah, yeah. I know some people separated but still married, but
Yeah.
um I don't know. I think you should try every resource to keep make it work. Like you shouldn't just it shouldn't be that easy to walk away from marriage.
Would you get married?
Yeah,
Would you
under
get
the
down
right
on one knee?
circumstances.
Would you get down on one knee?
I don't know, cause it depends. It depends on who I'm married. Like
And now, what if you chose to
I
what if you chose to propose and you had your whole heart into it and she said no?
don't think she'll say no.
That means you'll be heartbroken
I'll be on to the next one.
when
Nah.
would you leave her or stay with her?
She wasting your time, man. Leave. I just
Oh,
got on one knee.
pressure on you, Rack.
I don't know. I ain't no propose.
Yeah, you'll be hurt. You'll be hurt.
How about you propose to
Well,
me so I can tell you no, and then I stay.
Yeah,
Get on your knees.
right. Now,
what about you, 50? Would you ever get married?
I told you my thing on that. I was kind of fucking confused and conflicted. Like I told you, I say my thing is I'd rather just do a ceremony and we just know we married. But like I say, the love that I have for the woman that I choose to marry, if that's what she wanted to do, then you know what I mean. I probably just do it for her.
Dang on, you know it
But
ain't gonna
not
work,
saying
right?
I don't want to be with her. I'm not saying I don't want to be with her. I'm just saying as far as the paperwork and all that, and you know, doing. I do it for her because I know that's what she want, and I want to satisfy my wife just like I want her to satisfy me for the things I truly believe in and like or whatever. So it's like I'm kind of conflicted on that shit, man.
Nah, that's a good
But
answer. I understood you.
yeah, so
That was a good answer.
kind of yeah, so I'll be kind of conflicted on it. But I think the only way I probably would get married is because I got so much love for this woman, and I know this what she want, and I do it for her.
That's love. No, Dario,
I,
what you think about that?
but saying I never conform to something that I'm adamantly against just because a woman needs that for her to stay with me. That means she's the
It,
wrong
it's
woman.
it's not for
Oh
her to stay
shit.
with. It's not for her to stay with me. It's just because I know that's what she wants. Like she'll still be here, but I want to do something to make her happy. You know what I mean? Just like I want her to go against her morals to do things to make me happy. That show me that like, damn, she do really love me because I know she wouldn't go for this shit, but she gonna do it for me. So sometimes you got to go against your moral compass to show that love because and that's how much you love because like that love is gonna oversee the things you believe in sometimes. You know, you
yeah,
can
that's the
believe in
faith.
this, but this
The,
shit feels so real to me right here. So I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean? So it be that. But like you say, but Dariel, he believe in the Bible and go by the Bible. So therefore, that's how he gotta think instead of just thinking acting on your real emotion, not even just acting on your real emotion, but thinking it through and all that, and then going off your emotions. You know what I mean? And you do things like that to express like certain things. Like you don't express certain love when you're in love with somebody to everybody. You would do that shit for certain people. Just like we won't do a lot of things for people we love, but we'll do it for certain people because of the love we have for them. So therefore, that's why I'm saying I will probably go do some shit like that because like I love you and I want to express this shit to you, and I know this how much it means to you, so I'm gonna show you, you know, something like that. You know what I mean?
That also shows that you're not stubborn. You can compromise. These are also things that are important in a relationship or a marriage. It shows that you're not stubborn. You're open minded. It shows that you are compassionate. It shows that you listen to her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you. I mean, you may disagree, Dario, but that sound like love to me.
It depends. Is he talking about literally having going to a courthouse and getting the paperwork in marriage just
You gotta
because
be talking about that
love?
because if you talking about something fake, then I can't. It ain't the same thing.
Then
Then you talking
I'm
about
about to
you
say,
talking
then
about
I
the
agree
real
with
deal,
that.
right?
No, I'm just saying if my woman believed in the court, where like saying like if that was she believed in,
Okay,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
you know,
But
I'm
then
going with whatever she like, whatever she believed in. That's what she really wanted, and I know she wanted this shit, and I love her like that. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm gonna go beside myself and do this for her because I love her, and I'm sure she not gonna fucking leave me because I don't do it. I'm just doing it because I love her to show how much love I have for her, and I want her to do the same.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
but I disagree though. It's cool though.
No, no, no,
I
no. Go
disagree.
ahead. Go ahead.
No. But what's saying? I specifically just disagree with changing your moral compass on the dime because women are people women. Let's say that men and women, and we are our own creatures in a certain sense. And women, they see those type of things, and if you do that constantly, where you constantly breaking on your moral compass over and over again, where I don't really believe in this, and then she says that, but I do. So would you change for me? And then she sees that she's going to eventually start doing that often. And the more that you break as a man on not having a structure for her, she will be seeing herself as an apex or a leader of the relationship. At that point, she doesn't see the reason of having you as her man in a certain sense, majority. And I'm not saying this is every situation. So obviously, your situation probably won't be like this. It's possible, but then what's name? Women want leaders, and if you're
But
a leader that's constantly crumbling on your morals, she doesn't see you as a leader.
and I feel that. I feel that, but that's like I say, but
Okay.
that's only when you say you constantly do it. I'm talking about some shit that I know she won't, and she know I'm standing on shit, but I'm just doing this because I've been standing on shit for so long. Let me do something for you, and that because I love you. You know what I mean?
I'm guessing that every man on here, we've been with multiple women. Okay. And I'm almost certain that you guys will agree that minor things can set a woman off. Hey,
Yeah.
it could be something as small as you saying, "Hey, we about to go to Red Lobster," and then she like, "No, but I don't want Red Lobster. Why can't we just go to In-N-Out Burger?" And then at that point, then what's the name? You like, "All right, babe, we can go to In-N-Out Burger." You might not think that she sees that as a weakness, and subconsciously, she might not even see that. She would probably even tell you that I'm glad that you agreed with me that we're going there. But in the end of it, she's saying this nigga is weak as hell.
But
That's
nah,
real shit.
but look, in that scenario, look in
I
that
agree with that.
scenario, in that scenario, I do agree with you. But if I already have my mindset on where we going, that's where we going. But if motherfuckers say, "Let's go out and get something to eat," where we going? I don't know. Shit, I don't know neither. And then they motherfuckers say, if I suggest something, I'll be like, shit, what about such and such? And then she say, damn, what about Red Lobster? Yep, you right. Damn right. I like red. You know, then yeah, I agree with you. But if I already got my mindset saying we going here, like baby, come on, we finna go to such and such, and she's like, nah, let's go here. Nah, it's not gonna happen. She already gonna be like, all right, bet, let's roll. She's not gonna change the plan up because I already made the plans. But if we didn't agree on nothing, we just both hungry and we don't know what the fuck we finna go eat, and then she come up with a suggestion, I come up with a suggestion, then if her shit sound better than what I said, yeah, I'm rolling with it. Like, damn right, I forgot all about that. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But but if I already just set the place already, then nigga, that's where we going. There ain't no, you know what I'm saying, switching up. Like, I
Right.
don't want let's go here. Nah, but that's where we going. Come on. But if we ain't have we just hungry and want to, or we just bored, say, damn, baby, let's do something. And we don't know what the fuck we want to do. If her suggestions sound better than mine, more entertainment, I'ma roll with it. But if I'm already
Because you always trying to be the apex leader, that can also be a turnoff for her too as well.
That could, but that's not the woman I would like, because that sounds like a woman that wants to be a man, and that means she's for the streets.
nah, that don't mean she want to be a man. That means she got her own mind and own
If
thoughts.
a woman is out there trying to dominate a man in a relationship, that means that she
Yeah,
wants to be a man.
it is some women that shit, but it's nothing wrong with your woman who like to say, for instance, if you a gamer, you like to play the fucking game all the time, and your woman want to go out and go hiking or some shit or nature seeing something. For you not to do like things she like, there's something wrong with you. You have to do things your woman like too. You can't just be all about I don't do that. You know I don't.
That's true. That's
like
true. But that's what's the name. What you explaining is just understanding your partner, and you have to take accountability at if you're what's the name, the man of the relationship, as in understanding what your what's the name wife actually have a like for and a dislike for, things that she will actually be wanting to do and not want to do, and then you can plan accordingly inside of that. Hey, you know how you love what's the name going to exotic zoos? I found one that's over here inside of this little city. Let me take you over to her. You know what I'm saying? And then we going for it. But then if you inside there and she like, babe, you don't never take me nowhere. Why don't you take me to this exotic zoo? It was like, hey man, you getting a little too tough. Like, what's wrong with you? You acting weird. You trying to be too damn masculine. Chill. Like, what's that? If you coming on that strong inside of a situation, like, I feel like that's a masculine woman. And me personally, I know that there's a lot of masculine women out there who probably even watching and probably say, hey, this nigga's a little bit off. But then obviously those are women that I would not like to court or marry. And they probably feel the same way about me. And that's good to know that about each other.
Yeah, you supposed to know that then, but at the same time, when a woman starts doing that means because you doing so much shit that she don't want to do, and she like, God damn, nigga, you ain't gonna never do shit I want to do. You know, that's the only time I think a woman to do that.
Yeah, but then that's not what I'm saying. Still though, I remember what's the thing? I went on never mind, no personal stuff. But then I do what's the name cater to the things that my wife and children would like to do in a certain sense.
So yeah. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes you gotta cater to those things. You bet. You know what I'm saying? I say it's like. Not to saying motherfuckers tell me what to do. What I get from what you saying is like, if you paying attention, think of it like this. I make it make more sense for you. Like if you pay attention, it's like you already gonna set like, all right, baby, my baby like to do this, my kids like to do this, so we gonna do this on this day, we gonna do this on this time, But
exactly,
you're right. So you playing the head like, nah, we gonna do this shit already. You just fucking wait. I already got this shit playing.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about when you think that I'm telling you when we're doing it is on the calendar. I got you. You know what I'm saying? But then what's the name? Just like something like this. If I my wife that has no wanting to do like skydiving or some crazy shit, let's go bungee jumping. And then I'm just like, hey, we about to go bungee jumping on this day. And then I'm just a dickhead of a husband. Then that means that that's still gonna be off for her. So I get what y'all saying. It's not like I'm just going off the wall and just making plans that don't make no damn sense. Like, yeah, we're about to go what's the name to what's something that's crazy? Go parachuting. We're about to go jump out of a plane or some shit. I already know my wife wouldn't like that shit. And if I suggested some crazy shit like that, she'd be like, this nigga's kinda off.
So Dario, when you sense your woman getting a little bit of masculine or stepping out of the realm of whatever you think she should be in, do you feel a little bit insecure?
No, not exactly. What's the name? We got to dial it back. If I see something getting out of hand to where we both, what's the name, getting up in our voices and shit, looking crazy in front of the kids and shit, I say, hey, we need to calm down. And we'll address this point either later or tomorrow when we can have some sense about it. Take some time to think over this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes conversations get heated. And you don't want your woman to, you know what I'm saying, get into a yelling spout and then shit start becoming nonsensical. You know what I'm saying? If you got some shit, write it down. You know what I'm saying? And then we could address these points point by point, something like that. But what's that? I don't get to know long-term argument where we're gonna be arguing for days on end about the same damn topic and shit. Shit goofy. Nah.
Good.
Personally.
We was talking about that earlier. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, nah, nigga, this shit ain't going for no weeks. This shit gonna be embedded. You know what I mean?
I was just giving you an example. Just an example. That was just an example. Yeah, man. But relationships are easy. But
back to the original question though, man, with that I don't think nobody should have no renewal, no fucking marriage.
Once you in it, huh?
Yeah. That's what that shit is. That's why I tell people all the time, man. I tell people, I say, man, whenever I get married, bro, I'm not getting a divorce. I'm not. Only way I get a divorce if you really trying to, like, you cheating on me like recklessly and
the
you
shit
know
that Darielle said.
Yeah, shit like that. But other than that, for real, if you ain't try to kill me or just embarrass me, cheating on me and shit like that, then it's like, dude, it's like all this other little problem, we gonna solve this shit. We not getting divorced. That's why I take this shit serious. And I thought when I was watching The Chi, you know what hit me? I was watching The Chi, man, and the dude say, man, he told old bro, one supposed want to be pastor of the church. He told him, bro, Timmy, his bro, he was like, bro, when you gonna get married? When you gonna settle down? Dude, like, I'm searching, but I can't find no godly woman. He's like, bro, you a under priest or whatever they call them, whoever under somebody, the priest of the church. And he told him, he was like, bro, you find all these women all the time. But he was like, ain't none of them right or something. He was like, what's your problem is you searching for somebody that's perfect. He's like, bro, you ain't gonna find perfect. You know what I mean? And he was just like, just take your time, settle down, and just pay attention to the one you got and see what happens. And that shit hit me so differently because, you know what I'm saying, with me, I be doing shit, whatever, and I said and thought about that shit so much, I was like, God damn, that shit hit differently. Because anything was meant for you to hear, you gonna hear it. You know what I'm saying? I probably heard that message differently from whoever watched that show, but how it hit me and how I heard it, it hit real different.
We got a question from we got a question from Malika Gaskin. She says, what do you think of what people believe in the marriage today versus what people thought in the past?
It's
I got this one.
Well, all of them beneficial, but back go ahead, take it away because I don't know. I gotta think.
Go ahead, Sam.
What's saying? The thing is that you have to go into the history of marriage. Hold
on. How far are you going back, nigga? Hold up.
I gotta go back. Where did marriage come from?
How far are you going back?
The marriage comes from the Bible. What was people doing before they was actually getting married? They was hitting women over the head with rocks and doing what they had to do. Or you had a bunch of people in different customs where they would all sleep with the same woman to find out who's gonna be the father, and the whole village raised the kid.
I don't know about
some shit like that. But the thing is, these were customs. So what's the name? It depends on how far we going back into the damn past. But then when you're talking about even going back into the past inside of America, I think that it depends on the situation that you're talking about because there was less leniency. You was allowed to rape. What's the name? And let me say grape. You're allowed to grape your wife all the way up into 1993 in America. Did you know that? What's the name? That's
not that if she's your wife, right?
Huh? What'd you say?
That if she's your wife, right?
If she doesn't want to have sex with you, then that means that you're forcing her to.
Ain't you the man?
Huh?
Ain't you?
You can't force your you can't force your wife to have sex.
You can make her go to Red Lobster.
Huh?
You make all the other decisions, so you can't force that. Don't you make decisions what y'all gonna go, what y'all gonna do? You can't make decisions on we gonna have sex every night or when I want to.
Y'all niggas sound like y'all should be in Epstein Island now.
That's how you made that shit sound, bro. That's how you made
you sound crazy right now. What's the name? These are two different things. This is a lifestyle choice. And this is a lifestyle choice. No.
If she go
No,
against whatever I say,
that's what you
I'm
thought.
gonna
You can't say I made it sound like this is what you think. You thought
no,
that inside of your
that's
head.
what
That was something that you
to me when you
visualized and conceptualized inside of your own head. It was like, damn, that means I can take it if I want. That's you, not me.
all right, well look, I'm gonna go, let me take it back then. I ain't gonna well when you was talking, I was thinking in my head, like, damn, this you said all the rules, so therefore, if you said all the rules, therefore, if whenever I want it, I can get it, right?
To a certain extent. To a certain extent. But then it was saying if my wife ain't jocking it, then it's cool. It's whatever.
Jocking you, that's your wife. How she ain't jocking it? Your wife
Because what's the name? Because that's like if my wife was sick and I'm just like, you about to get that up still. You know, I ain't sick. That's not how. That's not okay.
Your morals might not be there. You probably don't give a fuck because your morals ain't right.
All I got is the morals. That's all. This is literally. I literally got a Bible right in front of me. Like, all I got is the morals. I ain't doing none of that extra stuff. That's some heathenistic stuff. And that's where you
Again,
you can take whatever you want. Huh?
Hold it up again.
But yeah.
Hold on, we got a question from Brandon Jennings.
I
He said,
fuck with you too on that.
hold on, we got a question. Brandon Jennings said, do we have to get on one knee?
No, that's a white custom, and that's showing that you submit to your woman,
right?
Because they worship goddesses and shit like that, like Ishtar and all that craziness. No, you could just give your wife a damn ring, or you go talk to her father and be like, hey, I want to marry your daughter. But then why would a nigga want to get on his knee and be like, I'm about to look crazy as hell?
Because I thought that's what you're supposed to do. I thought that's what you're supposed to do. I thought that was the American dream.
That's the tradition, nigga. That's why they do it. What the hell you talking about?
No. So, Brandon, what I'm trying to say is that a lot of the times we follow white man customs and we don't even know where we get these customs from. That's where we get the jumping of the broom, the smashing of a glass, the getting on one knee and acting like a peon.
The signing the paper.
Yeah, all of that. You don't got to do any of that shit, to be honest. I'm going to keep it a buck with you, cuz you don't have to do none of that shit, to be honest.
Hey, this boy still is wrong.
If the woman really messing with you, she'll understand your viewpoint on that too. Like, man, what's the name? I ain't even gonna make up no lies for it or something like that. Something that, you know what I'm saying? Be like, hey man, I'm not getting on no knee. I want to marry you. You want to what's the name? Do you want to marry me? You know what I'm saying? That's it. I ain't about to get on no knee and look crazy now in front of crazy people.
So just because
quit saying that too, quit saying that don't mean nobody looking crazy.
I think what's name to not everybody, but to me, if I see somebody, I'll be like, that nigga look goofy as hell. That's just me. I know my father, other people, all people probably did this, but then to me personally, not everybody, but I would be like, yeah, you look kind of crazy, G. You out here kneeling to give your wife.
Tell me how yours went down.
So
me?
Yeah.
I was reading in the Bible, and at the same time, I was messing with the woman already. And then I realized that,
damn, this nigga froze.
Hey, you messed up the feed, man.
And then after I realized that sex is marriage, I was like, dang, this is crazy. I got to really conceptualize this. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, one thing led to another. I already got her pregnant and stuff. I was like, this technically is marriage because the Bible said, God said this is a marriage. When you come into a woman in holy matrimony, y'all become one flesh. That's what marriage is. So the ceremony doesn't really even matter, but you can have a ceremony. It's nothing against that. Even Jacob had a ceremony with his first wife, which was Leah, I believe. But then he wanted to marry Rachel. So he worked for another 7 years, and then he got Rachel as a wife too. And then both of his wives gave wives onto him. He got a wife from each one of his wives. So he had 4 wives. But then what's the name? That's what it is when you just crack somebody. That's technically marriage. But then we don't teach that custom. And if we did teach that custom, it'd be better for our community because people would see marriage as a more sacred thing. Women wouldn't be giving their bodies up, and we wouldn't be making whores of our sisters and daughters and aunts and mothers and cousins and then making it seem like it's okay.
But we was all okay with polygamy.
I just finna
Sound
say,
like polygamy.
damn.
Well, polygamy is
But
fine.
no. It was more about.
No, you wanted 2 wives, nigga.
I do.
I want more than 2 wives.
Yeah, see.
What's wrong with that? Does the Bible say you can have more than 2 wives?
I
I
don't know
mean,
what
you
the
would
Bible,
just said.
I don't know what the Bible, but you,
You
but
just
does.
said
like
that's what's
if
wrong
they,
with our community. You just said that's what's
yeah,
wrong with our
No,
No, he's
community.
saying
I'm
just
saying
being
no.
unresponsible about it.
So
so
yeah,
do you want your daughter to be married to a nigga with 3 wives?
I wouldn't mind if he's a responsible man who takes care of his wife.
What is taking care of them?
What's his name?
I would take care of you.
Yeah, what's his name? Timothy. Read
Like,
First Timothy. Hear me out. Hear me out. Read
it's just
First
like you do
Timothy.
your
5.
kids,
Read.
or I don't, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying it taking care of them is how you do your kids when they young and shit. Like give them clothes, make sure they got a shelter, make sure you
For
feed
me,
them.
it's just like whatever you do in a marriage or a relationship.
Yeah, read First Timothy 5 1 through 8, and you will have my understanding, specifically 8,
Go
and then
ahead,
you.
go ahead, read it to me. Read it to us.
Okay, here you go. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull it up.
All right, go ahead. But yeah, man. Nah, motherfuckers just gonna be motherfucker how they want to be, man. You know, Jesus hung with prostitutes, right? Right? Wasn't Mary a day prostitute?
Yeah, but he didn't sleep with her.
Man, quit saying Jesus ain't did nothing.
He did. He didn't.
I was talking
You
about
They
just
kept
you just
records
want
of
him
it.
to do
for real,
something.
man.
You
They
just
kept
want him to
records
do
of his
something.
entire life.
And that's another thing. Motherfuckers always following Jesus, but then I say, how many kids Jesus have? None. How many wives Jesus have? None. So why the fuck you got a wife then? So why the
He
fuck you
did.
got
I
like
don't
nigga,
get. I don't get your point. But I'll
Jesus?
read this verse for you, though. I don't get your point, but I'll read this verse for you.
I'm just saying, but everybody
This
want to
is
follow Jesus to be
first.
like Jesus, but niggas is out here having kids and fucking and getting wives. But everybody want to be like Jesus though. But we talking about it.
What are you supposed to be doing the same as Jesus? Is the question. No, not 9. No, not 9. It's supposed to be what's name 8.
What happened? I don't know. No,
Verse number 8. Verse number 8.
oh, he pulling up. Oh, okay.
There it is.
Damn, this boy getting fancy. Oh
That's
shit.
our producer. Chill out. That's our shout out to our producer Ty in the
Man,
back,
you heard
baby.
this goddamn boy,
Getting
these
us
niggas
popping like
upgrade.
that.
These
Yes,
niggas
sir. That's our
upgrade.
producer slash owner, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that's our
Okay, I
guy.
want to get
Ty
paid.
back there.
Now I want
Hey,
to get
hear me
paid.
out. Hear me out. Let me read this for you real quick, because this is just
Somebody
to
get
touch it
paid.
all up.
Hold on,
Just so you know who wrote this. This was the Apostle Paul. It says,
Look,
but if any,
talking
this is
about
First Timothy chapter 5 in verse number 8. But if anyone does not provide for his relatives and especially the members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. So you gotta take care of all your wives, man. That's your household. You worse
your
than an
household,
unbeliever. You ain't take care of
So,
all your
but
kids, all
that's
your
still
wives.
not
your
saying
household,
what is
whoever you
taking
in
care
there.
of your wife.
What'd you say?
Read it again.
You still ain't Okay, yeah, go and read it again.
No. It's okay. Well, I'm listening to you. You said it's not saying what it means to take care of your wife. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
So we can walk down together. Do you think that shelter is important for survival?
yeah.
Then that means that that's probably something you should do for your household, your family. You'd have to have a household. What's the name? Do you think humans need sustenance, food?
Hold on, don't
Yeah.
say humans, nigga. Nah, why you gonna say humans now? Let's say
Because
people. You don't care about other. You
who
don't
the
care about
people
other
inside my
people.
household? Who the people in my household?
You said humans, say your people.
But
Well, technically, my wife not of our nation,
Well, so now I don't care.
but
Say
and I
your
still take
people
care
though.
of her because she's in my household.
She said your people, motherfucker. Don't try to
but
deny that.
you also said
So you gonna
every
Open
woman
up a
you
whole
lay
nother
with is
box.
your wife.
Let them answer this right quick.
So are you taking care?
What'd you say? What'd you say? Rock.
I said you said, but you also said every woman you lay with is your wife. Once you come into a woman, it's your wife.
That's
Hmm.
true.
So
So be careful about how many women you lay down with.
No, and even better than that, like there was a point in time when I did not have that knowledge, and once you have the knowledge, you're supposed to go forth and sin no more. Thus said Christ. So
Right.
what's that?
That's why
Now
people
that I
don't read
know
the
that,
Bible.
I don't do it no more. I ain't out here just slaying whatever I can slay or getting every piece that I can get. Now I'm
You
just
get what
different. I try to be different. I don't try to live under the temptation and lust.
I'm just getting caught up.
hey,
So yeah.
now I give you that one, boy. That was a good ass answer, 7. Now I give you that one, boy.
Hey,
Now
you
that
want to
one
know where
ain't
I found it
hey,
at? It's inside
that,
that book, boy. You better get you a book, man.
that one that one inside no book, nigga. That's just a
Yes,
spirit.
yes, it
That one
is. What's
inside
the
no
name?
book. Cause I learned that same shit without the book. I was like, shit, I know to do better now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I learned that shit without the book. But
I
I
mean,
definitely
that's
took that
good,
shit.
but it's still in the book.
Cause
It's
once I
still in the
learned,
book.
cause they say once you know better, you do better, right?
Right?
That's what I'm saying. So once you learn, nigga, you start doing, you be like, oh shit, I ain't doing that shit no more.
But that don't mean you can't backtrack, and that don't mean you're gonna be perfect either.
I ain't say perfect. I say you learn as you go.
Now
Just
I'm
like
just
when
saying,
they
like, just talking to the people, like, cause you know what I'm saying. You know that don't mean, you know what I'm saying, cause we all backslide. We serve a forgiving God.
they say, man, once you know better, you do better. Like I said, shit, once he learned that shit, he like, hey, I had to hold on, let me tighten up. I don't know that. Oh shit, these my wives. Had him scratching his head and shit, thinking like, oh, let me slow down, you know. But with anything in life, shit, once you know how to do some shit and then know, you be like, oh shit, okay, you know. So yeah. I learned that without the Bible, but that was a good ass something. I liked that though.
Yeah, they go
But
back to they go back to prison reform. Like
Okay.
people didn't know, like a decision you made as a child, you gonna hold that get up for the rest of their life.
hey, but some of them niggas be repeat. Them niggas go
Right.
back for the
For real, for real.
they go back for the
It's like it's so. Is every criminal? Is every criminal? Do you treat every criminal the same?
No.
Nah, you don't.
Nah.
I think you're supposed to treat everybody the same, bro. Personally, I think you treat everybody the same. And then once they just show you in there,
So
that they
take a 16-year-old that cold blooded murdered somebody versus a 16-year-old that robbed a bank. So
well, I'm
do you give
We're gonna give more grace to the bank robber.
More grace to the
He
bank, bro.
hey,
called,
you know,
yeah, he called less harm. He called less harm.
so if y'all talking about just like being aggressive with them, like hey, shoot on sight,
because
then
he's saying
yeah,
because he's saying
I think just
if he's
take it.
saying if you're 16, your brain ain't fully developed to understand the acts that you're starting to commit. So
Right.
you don't get the death penalty. But
Oh, see, I was thinking, I wasn't thinking, I was thinking
Yeah,
of like when you pursuing somebody, like when you finna capture them. You know what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
I
I
don't
Yeah.
think
know, man. So I mean, well, you know what? So a 35-year-old murderer and a 16-year-old murderer, they should get treated different.
yeah.
nah, like I don't think
There it is. That's the button I wanted to push.
like not
So
even
so this
murder,
okay,
not
go ahead.
because the situation is different. It's like that's why we got self defense, right? But when you say murder, it depends. Like situation,
Yeah. It's a
everybody in
different.
the same
So
situation.
because
Everybody,
so do you
the
give the
16-year
35-year-old
old.
murderer death penalty and you don't give the 16-year-old murder death
No,
penalty?
no. Listen. If the 16-year-old and
Murderer,
the 35-year-old did the same
murderers.
shit, murderers did the
Mm-hmm.
same in the same mannerism, like ain't shit changed about it, just the age. Only that's the only thing that's different, right?
Well, that's his mom.
If the only
That's it.
thing that's different is the age,
You still
But they
doing
both
up, man.
committed murder though.
yeah, I'm just saying the same
Go back
scenario,
to sleep.
everything. Only thing different is the age. It's like, yeah. I think it's the same thing. You get the same thing.
I don't know.
I think 35 years old, you lived enough of life. You know what happened. You done
Man,
seen people come and go.
I
Like,
It's
think
gray
every
areas still, though. I think that we're missing all the gray areas because, like, you have to get into the conversation of what was the murder for, or like how
Yeah,
did the murder happen? What exactly was going
nah,
on
nah,
when
nah,
the
nah,
dude was murdering?
nah,
that's what they do though. You know, that's what they do.
nah, that's what I'm saying. I said everything can be the same, no matter what your scenario is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can think of any scenario in your head. Only
Mm-hmm.
thing you changing is the age. 16
Yep.
to 35. That's the only thing you
Yep.
changing. No matter whatever scenario you want to come up with it. The only thing different is the ages.
Okay, the only thing is different is the age. Then at that point, I think that the sentence should be provided by the family who actually received the loss, which means that if they choose to forgive, then they forgive. If they choose your death, then you die. That's better.
That's smart, but it's so many. Yeah, the family have to. Boy, the family be
But
going.
look though, Dariel though,
See,
it's
the
so
family
many.
they're gonna put
But
family.
you but what it's so
Hey,
many.
Alice,
he
They're
trying
gonna
to
put
get
call
family
you.
out.
together. Shit, because some people gonna be remorseful. Some gonna be like, fuck that. Now family into it.
Yeah, but the thing is just that's gonna be what it is. I think that would actually do better for society because you know that your hands will be inside of the people that you wrong.
I
If you
like that.
steal, the Bible tells you exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to
Oh,
give. I think it's like 2.5 of the increase or something like that, which means if I take $1 from you, then that means I got to give you back three dollars and 50 cents or something like that. It makes more sense.
That's
But then
but
what's the name? Yo,
to translate that in real English, that means pouring love into people. That's what that means. Not
what you
money,
talking about?
not cash.
nah,
That's
Dariel talking about the sentencing. That's who should come down with the sentencing.
nah,
He got a solution on, huh?
I'm talking about after when we talking about the if I pour $1 into you, I gotta give you 3, 50, 60 more
No, he said
dollars.
if I
It's
steal a
just
dollar.
a thing, man.
No,
That's
he said
different.
if I steal $1 from you.
If I steal $1 from you, then I got to give you back $3.50. If I can't pay that, then that
Yeah,
means that I have to be your slave. That's what the Bible says. I'll be an indentured servant to you until I actually pay off what I what's the name took, or
yeah.
until the year of Jubilee comes. But then if you're talking about murder, which we inside of a time of grace, when my understanding, which means that you have to have forgiveness on people, then I think that the family should choose whether there should be forgiveness or a death penalty. So that forgiveness still could be you going into prison, but then you had your life, and then everybody get the same sentence no matter what. Or it'd be what's the name? They say, well, he took our son's life. I think that he should die right along with him. Florida is often cited as a state with particularly punitive measures for youth. A key factor is its practice of transferring juveniles to adult court. Federal transfers more juveniles to adult court than any other state. What does it have to do with anything? What was this about? The zero tolerance stance for the sex crimes and okay, other states known for harsh sentences for crimes involving minors include Texas takes a zero tolerance sentence for sex crimes with potential sentences up to 25 years to life for offenses like disturbing child pornography. I shouldn't say pornography or whatever. Alabama enforces severe punishments with sentences for possession of child pornography, corn. ranging from 10 to 20 years per offense. Alabama also allows chemical castration for repeat offenders as a condition of parole. New York, blah, 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 also do the same thing, aggressive things for kids. So yeah, that's interesting. What's the name when you're talking about sex crimes? Then yeah, kids don't really get no leeway inside of places like Texas and uh,
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying.
stuff like
Like, but I don't know. I treat like I say with if it was just the age difference, man, I probably treat the shit the same. If they did the
that.
same thing, the only thing was different was the age. But I
Don't
don't,
you think that it'd be easier to reform
I'm
a 16-year-old than a 35-year-old?
I don't know because shit, they. I don't know. I don't know
I say
because
yes.
it's like you did the same thing. Because I'm looking at it the same way. I'm not. I'm just looking at it like, God damn. But like I say, I treat it the same way. But like I say, man, I still have this. I still was try to rehabilitate regardless what age you are. I'm still going like, damn. I'm still going like, oh shit.
How would you go about rehabilitating?
I don't
Like,
know.
what do you think would be the most important thing for somebody who gets out of jail to know?
Like, don't you read the Bible?
What they got to do with your answer?
You got give them the Bible, shit. Make them believe, shit. Give them the Bible.
Give them the Bible?
Yeah,
How is
yeah.
that gonna fix them? We got
Shit.
we got over what's the name
Like it's
over
too.
it's over like what's the name 2 billion
So
Christians in the world.
you don't think you need the Bible?
I
You don't
think that
think
you need the Bible. I think almost everybody needs the
all
Bible
right then.
of
So
our people.
is it the answer? Is the Bible the answer?
For our people, yes.
All right then. So that's what I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna give them the
Yeah.
Bible, and I'm happy your ass sit in front of them and talk to them. That's how we gonna do it.
I would do that.
Yeah, that's how we can do it. We gotta have niggas like you to sit down and talk to them and change them.
But that's not gonna reform him. The reform
If you
You
believe in that,
having no faith, bro.
it's gonna
You have no
reform.
faith, brother.
Look, if you believe
I got faith. What's the name? I'm talking about reforming people.
that, listen. If you believe in that Bible, that means everything can change, man. And shit, man, come on now. And
But it's not going to change without solutions. Well,
and you
I'll give you an answer. So, like, if we're talking about actually reforming, I know I'm saying to tell you my answer, a different answer. So, if we're talking about actually reforming people, I would say that you want to give them something that's going to make them a productive citizen of society. You know what I'm saying? Be able to move into society and actually get work. No, the Bible is not just going to do that for you.
Yes, it tell you everything, man.
I just got done talking to a homeless Christian not too long ago. I was out on the streets all damn day.
But what you always say about the Bible though, when people who go to church, you say it don't matter. It ain't if it ain't in you, it ain't in you. That's what you always say. So what him reading it to them, what he gonna learn? What they gonna learn? Because you already said just because you read it, that don't mean nothing. Now you want to get a criminal who mind ain't even nowhere near Jesus, you know what I'm saying? And now you want the Bible, but now you want the Bible though. Now you want to use this tool, which really you don't even have no type of connection or even really. I don't even know if you believe in it. But now you want to use it. Now you want to use this tool and say it's all of a sudden it's going to help reform someone.
Yeah, it didn't help reform you. It converted your soul. So yeah, I'm talking from a more logical standpoint. I do think that the Bible is important for our people because we need to actually have morals and structures inside of our society. But when you're actually talking about reforming people and getting them back into society, what you really need to do is giving them like tangible skills, whether it be welding classes inside of the prison system, whether it be laying bricks, construction, you know what I'm saying, or anything that you see need a surplus in inside of society. And then also be able to give them a place to go for work in a certain situation. Then when they're able to actually make money, there's no reason for you to rob nobody. There's no reason for you to, you know what I'm saying, steal from your neighbors and shit. Or, you know what I'm saying, or go out and start, you know what I'm saying, killing people or whatever you do. Yeah, all that stuff start going to the back of your mind because you have something to structurally keep you going. And depending on how long you in prison for, you can be able to go right above being inside of a apprenticeship. An apprenticeship, you have to you get a percentage less than what a journeyman get. But then if you inside jail for 10 years and the only thing you've been doing for those, let's say about 5 of those years is after you got good behavior is learning how to weld, then you're not an apprentice, nigga. You're already a journeyman, which means you will go out and you'll be able to make $35 an hour once you get out. That's going to stop you from being a criminal because now you have meaning to your life. That's the thing. Obviously, all the other things that y'all was talking about, like making sure drugs is removed, no contraband, having good COs that's inside of there that's actually gonna follow the rules and not work
That's
with
my
criminals. But then, and not only just having COs in there in the first place, you have to have professionals inside of there that will be able to teach these classes. You know what I'm saying? And then all this type of stuff. And people can also choose to opt out and then go into debt while also going into a college so they can get another type of profession if they would like to. Or they can just go the simple route and get them a trade or something. That will actually help them. But then all in doing so, I still do think that you still should be teaching our people the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Lord, because Jesus said you must keep those commandments. Do his Father's word. But other than that, yeah, that's how I would say change it up. Sorry if I was talking too long, yo.
Oh, you good? What you got on the rack?
You said what?
What you got about it? What you
Yeah. I mean that's what I'm saying. Like get them educate them, get them a trade, and that way we get them back out here with a path like that. They can stay on.
Yeah, that'd be the only way to actually do it. Yeah, probably less time. But then,
Just show them another way.
but y'all understand why that never happened, right? Yeah, that's what my whole point was a few hours ago when I was talking about it. Was the fact that it had never happened only because literally the prison system was built to put minorities in prison to do free labor. That's all it was there for.
and it's making them too much money now.
Yeah. Jordan made a lot of shoes like that, you know. And it seemed like, you know what I'm saying? I think that was the perfect closeout right there. This name, our moderator, if you got anything else for us, brother.
I'm trying to add 50 back in before we close out. I'm giving him a 2-minute 2 minutes to get back in here so we can close it out. But yeah,
Yes,
man,
sir.
thanks for another great show. You know what I'm saying? More great topics, you know.
Yeah.
We may move the show time.
Did Tyler put that damn music on again? That nigga put on the Legend of Zelda music, boy.
Yeah, I think we need to move to a prime time day and everything. You know what I'm saying? That way we can get the information in at a decent time. We can get off of here in a decent time. You know what I'm saying? So either I think we're gonna have to get our own day. So I'm gonna have to talk to the big fella about that, about getting our own day, our prime time spot, and see what he think about that, and see if we can come on about 7 o'clock either Tuesday or Thursday. Let's see how you want to do it or whatever. But 50 got one more minute, man, before you try to get back in here. I told him to click the link.
This is a little bit better right here. That's Egyptian sandal music. That's what a sandal shop in Egypt sounds like. Baklava dessert show.
I ain't never heard such beat. He just mixed and mastered that one. He just put that together.
It's an old school Sega video game. God damn me.
Real, bro. Nah, this that Game Boy game that had one board.
One board, all platform, nobody ever beat it.
Never. All right, y'all.